Let's go. It's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
All right, guy. Oh, you okay?
He's telling you to bite his ass because you killed him twice. So he's saying,
that?
bite my ass and fuck off.
Is that Mario?
Yes, Mario.
Listen,
Yeah.
Pikachu.
This is Mario.
He evolved.
This is Mario, and the leader of the Mario games is Pikachu.
All right, guys. So today we're here to do a
Excellent.
very, very special list with Elden Ring. Elden Rings? Is it rings or ring?
It's a shit eater.
Okay, so with Elden Ring
It's
coming
Elden
out
Ring.
in 2 weeks now, just about. We're going to do a list of the Souls games and a couple of Souls-like because why not? And as you can see, we have all the major games, and we're counting Sekiro as a Soul-like because it definitely feels like one. Yeah, we're gonna rank them, and you get to see both our lists. And we have the S, A, B, C, D, F finally, and never played or not played enough. So is your order the same as? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. So we'll start with Sekiro.
Is my order the same?
Yeah,
it's the same.
Okay, so Sekiro, as you probably know from both of us, doing this in the game of the year and everything, I think it's a fantastic game. I think the combat is one of the best in the series. I think that the look and feel of the atmosphere and like the design of the levels is great. And I also really love the counter system in this game. I think it definitely tests your gaming skills the best way possible. And it's a pretty long game. It's at least 20, 30 hours. So yeah, Sekiro to me is like the complete package. And the fact that it almost feels like a spiritual successor to Tenchu, but its own way, really just boosted for me. So I'm going to put Sekiro. Am I saying it right?
Sekiro.
Nice. I'm gonna put that.
It's not Sekiro. I don't know why people say Sekiro. It's Sekiro.
Sekiro. I'm gonna put it in the S because I actually think it's one of the best games the year it came out, which was what, 2019?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, I fucking love this game. So it's definitely a high or a 9 or higher for me. So I'm putting it in the S.
I disagree with everything you said. I think it was terrible.
You lying fuck.
So that's why I'm putting it.
You fucking liar. Let's tell them the story. So I played this game first, and I really liked it. And I was like, "This is a hard game." And Robbie's like, "You think I should pick it up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pick it up." And he put it on, and he was you put it on Twitch, right, or one of those streaming.
I think I was streaming on Twitch. Yeah.
And the first couple of times, you're just like, "This is bullshit," and then some clicked. It was like it happens to the best of us. Like all of a sudden, Robbie went from dying on one of the easiest enemies to fucking going through a stage without dying. It was like a fucking hyper.
You know what it was?
What?
It was the first general you face before you get to who's that kid that you're protecting? Is he the king or the emperor?
Yeah, the one that you're like trying.
Yeah, he's like the one that Wolf. He's like the one that Wolf is protecting, but
yeah.
But it was the general that was guarding him.
The guy who's like kind of like the first mini boss.
He's got the spear and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't get around him. Like you can't. You can do the stealth. Like you can climb up the tower and jump down and self attack him, which I eventually did. Yeah. But it was when I was fighting him. I'm like, this fucking sucks. This is straight up not a good time.
Yeah.
I am really frustrated right now. And then I went on, like I watched like kind of a short walkthrough, and I saw that you can stealth assassinate and like take down a good amount of their health, because most of the bosses in this game, mini bosses or main bosses, they have multiple health bars.
Yeah.
The hardest ones having, anywhere from 4 to 5, or rather 3 to 5. The easier ones having anywhere from 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you said, something did click with me whenever I first played this, and I really stuck with it. This is by far my favorite Miyazaki game.
Hmm.
And it's one that I absolutely just fell in love playing. I wouldn't say like as the plot was necessarily something that was incredible, but it very much had like that Neil Druckmann mindset of like it was simple, you know, it was a simple plot with like complex characters, and that's really what
It
it
was
had. Like
it was
it had,
serviceable.
yeah, like the main plot was serviceable, but like what made it so interesting is the cast of characters in it are all interesting and you all want to learn about them, and like every single boss has personality and they all feel so important when you see them. Like when you see these bosses, these huge behemoths of people or even small people that are smaller
Those are the
than
more
you.
dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, like Lady Butterfly.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that
But
bitch.
yeah, one thing I love about Sekiro and just, you know, the Souls games in general is that when you do fight a boss, like they do make them feel important. They make them feel like they matter. Like they are in this world and they matter. They are a cluster point in this world for you to go through. Um, and I love, honestly, like I love the process of dying on a boss a few times.
Yeah.
And as long as the path to get back to them isn't frustrating or long,
Which
I
is
don't mind
never
dying.
is.
Yeah, I don't mind dying a few times. Like to me, I enjoy that loop of learning their attack processes and
Mhm.
just learning their reads for each of their moves. Like I think that's cool and that's something I enjoy because it's challenging. That's how I felt with Genichiro whenever I first fought him. Like I think I must have fought that motherfucker like 60 times
Yeah.
until I think whenever I beat him, I was like, I'm talking like a hit or two away from dying.
Yeah.
Like it was by the skin of my teeth. And even fighting Ashina, or Ashina, the Sword Saint. He's the last boss in the game. You fight him twice actually, but yeah, I absolutely adore this game. It's definitely my favorite one. It belongs in the S, and it was our game of the year for 2019.
That it was. All right, so now we're moving on to a very, very special game, The Surge. Uh, The Surge was, um, I'll give it this. I think the idea of The Surge, like the time period or what it's trying to do, and the design of it is pretty cool. That's pretty much it. The combat uh, feels very, very much like it's trying to be Souls, but it's not nearly as defined or sorry, refined or refined, whatever the word is, as the Souls did. Yeah, and I don't know. Some about like the story was awful, like the dialogue, which
It's
I'm not
fucking
saying.
boring.
Yeah, I'm not saying these games have amazing stories, but that had to be probably the worst one on this list. Maybe, I don't know. We'll talk about Code Vein in a minute, but this game just, yeah, it didn't do much for me. I think the design's cool, and that's about as high as I can give it. So I'm gonna put it in the D simply because of the design. I don't think it's an absolute terrible game. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, I agree. That is where I put it too.
Okay. Now,
I think it had some interesting systems with its combat, like in the terms of like cutting off different like body parts to gain different type of mats.
yeah,
Um, it was just boring. Like I didn't care about that world. I didn't like the combat.
it
I know
felt very RPG mixed with Souls, but that doesn't mix really well.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I don't. I'm the type of person, like even the new Assassin's Creed. I don't want to see like hit numbers coming up when I play games like this. Um, but yeah, I mean, it had some interesting systems. I didn't care enough about that story. I didn't care enough about that world. Um, but it is a cult classic, you know, similar to Days Gone. So it definitely has a community and following. That's why they made a second one. But yeah, I'd have to put it in D because I tried it a handful of times, and both times I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, now this game I never played. You have played, so I'm not going to say much about it other than I really like the design of it, but I've never actually played it. One day I will play these games just to try them out.
So Nioh is one of the better made Souls-like games. Nioh 1 and Nioh 2. If I'm being honest with you. I would say Nioh 2, just from the role I played, is harder than Sekiro.
Yeah, so I'll probably play Neo 1. Just because
Nioh
of
1,
that.
Nioh 1, I put a good amount of time into. Nioh 1's cool because it is more RPG-ish than say like it's definitely more like Dark Souls than it is like Sekiro.
I hear like you can like level up more and things like that.
Yeah, and it has different stances for each of its weapons, similar to like Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, that's pretty
Um,
cool.
yeah, so it's got like a heavy stance, it's got like a low stance, and it's got like a normal stance. I think there's parrying in that as well. There's blocking. You have bows. It definitely has like all the good systems of a good Souls game. It didn't grasp me enough for me to keep going because I just didn't like when I play like a Miyazaki or Souls like game. Like I feel like the story has to have some type of intrigue for it for me to
Yeah.
keep going. I can't treat it like a sports game where I'm just like playing it for the gameplay and I don't give a fuck about anything else. I have to have like some type of intrigue when it comes to these games for me to keep progressing. I've seen like, oh, what's the next boss gonna be, or what's the next enemy that's gonna be? Like, I want that feeling of just like walking down and like there's no enemies around and you get suspicious and all of a sudden this big hulking motherfucker comes out and like smacks you across your face and is like, suck my dick, bitch. Um,
That was very
like
vivid. But okay.
I want that. I want that whenever I'm playing these type of games. Like I want that feeling of like unpredictability. Nioh was pretty predictable, I feel. Nioh 2 less so. They definitely changed that. Nioh 2 plays better than Nioh 1. It is significantly harder than Nioh 1. But Nioh 2 is a very well designed game. Nioh 1 is a very well designed game. It's based off of some loose nonfiction. This Scottish man William that comes to Japan, washes up in the store out. The shore I've before. It's very loose nonfiction from what I've read, but it's interesting. It's if I had to rate Nioh, I mean, it is a B for me actually.
Yeah, I hear those are probably the highest rated games that are like Souls, like for critically. So
Yeah,
I could definitely see why it'd be in the B. One day I will try them. Now a game I did try. Thank you Game Pass for not making me buy this game.
I want to try this again.
Code Vein. I fucking hate this game. I hate this game. Like legit hate this game.
Which
I
is
think
surprising because that style is like right up your alley.
I know. I love anime. I love that.
And that
style.
character, that trial I played on PlayStation, that character creator kicks ass.
The character creator is pretty good.
It's great.
So everything before
and then you
start,
play it.
Yeah, before you start playing the game, it looks and sounds like this might be the one, and then you play it, and it's horseshit. It's really
The
garbage.
little I played, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah,
I want to try it again though.
I absolutely hated this game. The only cool thing I like about this game is that you can have like an AI partner, makes it a little bit easier. But other than that, the combat's really sluggish. The graphics are weird. Like the designs of the characters are cool, but then like the actual like effects and gameplay fucking look like predated by like early PS3. I don't know. Something about this game lands in the F for me. So fuck that.
I'm gonna put it. I put it in D just because I like that character creator. I would say it's on like that level of the Surge because I feel like if I try it again, I might like the combat more. I don't know.
Yeah, you might like it
I'm
more.
gonna,
You
I'm gonna,
give
I'm gonna
games
put
more
it.
of a chance.
Yeah, like I'm gonna put it in D because I'm gonna try it again. That might drop it down to F, but I'm gonna put it in D because I did really love that character creator. Like I felt like that was done very well.
So there's I'm assuming
Dark Souls 3.
that's Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, and then that's Dark Souls remake, and then the original Dark Souls.
What is that one between Demon Souls and Dark Souls 3? Is that Elden Ring? That looks like Elden Ring.
Oh, I'm sorry. So it's Dark Souls 3.
Dark Souls 3, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and then
No.
Or is that Dark Souls 2 in the middle?
So it's Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls.
That is Dark Souls 2. Okay.
Then Dark Souls. Why do you have to make it Demon and Dark? Couldn't you fucking at least change the first letter? Okay, so Dark Souls 3. So I was trying to judge if I want to put this. I played about 5 to 7 hours. I enjoyed it. My biggest issue with Dark Souls 3 is by the time I got to Dark Souls 3, after playing 3 other games just like it, I didn't have that same energy of like, yeah, I want to go and redo that boss fight 62 times. Like, I just didn't have that in me anymore. I also thought that it didn't really try to do enough to advance the gameplay, try new things. That's why I put Sekiro so high, is because it did do a lot of new things for me. So Dark Souls 3, I think is a good game. I had fun playing it when I did, but I didn't like get absorbed in it like some of the other games on this list. So I'm gonna put it in the C for me. I think it's a good game.
Oh, interesting. That's our lists are looking pretty similar.
Yeah.
Well, we need to switch over. Actually, I'm just gonna say this list is so short, so there's not much surprise
Yeah.
here. But
We'll switch over at the end.
my list is exactly the same as yours, except Code Vein is
And D.
in D ahead of Code Vein is ahead of the Surge. That's how much I like that character creator. I would put that character creator above all of the Surge.
over Surge its entire fucking game. All right, so Dark Souls 2. I love this game when I
I
played
do
it.
too. This is my favorite Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a hot minute. I haven't played this game since it came out, so that's what, 10 years ago? No, more than that.
What was it? It was like 2011 when this came out. 2012.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So like 11 years ago, whatever it came out. When I played it, I loved it. It basically took everything that was good about Dark Souls 1 and made it better. It fixed a couple of things. It made shortcuts better. It made boss fights more challenging, but somehow more fair, which is crazy. Yeah, I really liked Dark Souls 2. I think it had the perfect length. It was the last Dark Souls games that I beat. So, well, there's only Dark Souls 3 after, but yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I'm gonna put it in the A. I had a really good time playing Dark Souls 2.
Where I put it too. I love Dark Souls 2. It's my favorite Dark Souls. I think the DLC for it too. I remember really enjoying. It's definitely the one I played the most of. Um, I don't remember it too terribly well because it has been such a long time. I don't remember beating it.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
Maybe I did beat it. Dude, I can't remember. Like I don't have much memory of the Dark Souls game just because I guess Sekiro is like been in.
It's fresh.
Yeah, it's been like it's much fresher in my mind and also like it holds more impact for me than the Dark Souls games. But I do remember with a bullet that Dark Souls 2 is my favorite. So it definitely belongs in A for me because I enjoy the hell out of it, and it improved upon everything that Dark Souls 1 was. And I remember it being somewhat terrifying in some of its creature designs.
Yeah, I think Dark Souls 2 definitely had that haunting feel. But talking about Dark Souls 2, I love Dark Souls 2. Demon Slayer, though, is the game that started everything. It is truly Demon Souls. It is truly a game. When we say like a game starts a genre, Demon Souls started a genre. And that's when you look back, you're just like, holy shit, it did. And so
it's the forefather.
I bought this game in Japanese. When you bought it from Taiwan or whatever, you could get it. The dialogue was in English.
Because everyone knows Taiwan, they speak Japanese there.
No, so what happened is it's a Japanese game, but in Taiwan, since American is the second prominent language, they translate it for games in Japanese to English. And
in Taiwan?
Yeah. And
That's
so I know. And I imported it from there. So I played Demon Souls about 8 months before it came out in America. And I really enjoy Demon Souls. It's definitely, aged, and that's why the remake came out, and it's definitely a lot smoother and better. But just talking about the impact of this game, it was phenomenal. Like, I knew it was big in Japan and that, because they like that challenge. But when I played it, I wasn't too sure if the American audience was going to enjoy this game. I was kind of worried, like, oh, they're just going to throw this away. It's not going to be a type of game they like. And I'm glad to say they are wrong. American audience loved this game so much that when it came out, they didn't make enough copies. It was in back order because they didn't think they'd like it this much. So yeah, Demon Souls to me is one of those games that changed gaming. And you could say for the worse because there's a lot of fucking shitty knockoffs now. But I think that it is a great game, especially for fans of the look of like Berserk from anime or manga. It had that feel of that. Plus it had this new hard combat and gameplay. So Yeah, I really like. I have to put in the A. I think I like Dark Souls 2 more as a game, but the impact of Demon Souls, it's right there up there with it. I can't deny that.
Our lists are like damn near identical, except for Code Vein and Neo.
I think our list. I think a lot of people are gonna have similar lists with
I
the
mean, there's not a
exception
lot of
of
games here, though. So.
yeah. Well, I think people will switch around certain ones that meant
Yeah.
more to them, because now we're into Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 1 was a game I bought it American version because it came out like literally like a week after the Japanese. But yeah, I like Dark Souls. I think it's a more polished version of Demon Souls in terms of the combat and stuff. I think my biggest issue was it felt like more of the same when I played it. Instead of like Dark Souls 2 improved everything from Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls to me just kind of took Demon Souls and then didn't really improve too much. Little things here and there, but not too much. And then just put out a game. Now it's a different area and everything, of course, and different bosses, but it just didn't feel like a big jump for me. Saying that, I still had a great time playing it. I still beat it. I think I still gave it like an 8.5. So it's definitely going in the B section. It's still a great, good to great game for me.
We have like damn near identical opinions on this.
You put it in B too?
Yeah, I did, and I put Dark Souls 2 ahead of Demon Souls. Yeah, I mean, like I didn't say anything about Demon Souls. I actually got the remake on PS5. I played a little bit of it. I tend to kind of fall off on these games and then come back a couple months later. Sekiro was like I think the rare exception where I didn't want to play anything else while I was playing it because I was
you played the shit out of that game.
I was destined to conquer that game. Like that's how
that was right after you finished like Witcher and Persona and all these long fucking games. You're like, let me die 45 more hours into
it was probably about 4 months after I had finished Witcher 3 and Persona 5. But I didn't spend that much time with Sekiro. Definitely not on that level. I think overall I probably spent anywhere from like
30
60
to 40.
70.
Oh
no,
wow,
I think it was more like 50 to 60. Maybe maxing out at 70, but because I try to do everything. Like I hunted all the headless. I wanted to fight all those fucking mountain ninjas or something like that. But yeah, like I actually wanted to do all like the optional like boss fights, and collectibles, and like finding all the secrets. Like I was obsessed with doing all that stuff because I found all that interesting and I found that world interesting. So that's why Sekiro was like a rare exception for me. But bringing it back to Demon Souls. I didn't play it a terrible amount of Demon Souls when it came out because I was fucking 15 at the time, and in a time where I was just obsessed with playing like Halo 3 and Call of Duty, and like some of the other V games that would come out that would run on GameFly. Demon Souls was not a huge priority for me at that time. I did enjoy what I played at that time, but I would say like I definitely hold the remake more in high regards because it definitely plays much better. And I'm interested just to get back to that, and because I haven't seen a lot of Demon Souls, and it still has like somewhat of a frightening, creepy horror element that Dark Souls games has with their creature design.
I think Demon Souls has the best atmosphere of the games.
Yeah, well, even do like that fucking like castle that you go to, and you have like those fucking like followers of Cthulhu.
Yeah,
they look like Cthulhu, and they shoot like that fucking green electricity, and they like shuffle towards you.
Yeah,
like it's scary as shit.
I just want to give them a kiss.
Yeah, right. Well, what's cool is that they grab you, they basically fucking engulf your head with their tentacles and shit.
It's a love tap.
Yeah, fun time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Demon Souls. I'd put it behind Dark Souls 2 just because I love Dark Souls 2. But I did enjoy what I played with, and I enjoyed the remake. And Dark Souls 1, I have the remastered that I bought on Series X when it was on sale. And I was enjoying what I was playing. Again, like a lot of games these days, I fall off, not necessarily because of the quality of them, just because, I kind of have like a core loop of games I cycle through. They're always, Dark Souls is one of the ones that I will come back to eventually, in case of like comparing it to something like Elden Ring and Sekiro, just to see how it looks and plays. But I enjoyed Dark Souls 1. It belongs indeed. And this next one here,
the final one, Bloodborne.
It's a big one. This is regarded as, I think, in this genre, a lot of people regard this as the best one, and this is for a lot of people in this genre, they say this is like their favorite game of all time.
Yeah, it was a heavy PS4 exclusive. It was, yeah, like you said, basically touted as the best of the series. It taking like Demon Souls, Dark Souls, putting it all together, making slightly quicker combat and much quicker enemy combat, and a more of a gothic feel instead of a more old medieval look. So yeah,
They put guns
Bloodborne.
in it. They put guns in a Souls-like.
I don't really like Bloodborne that much, if I'm being honest. I never reviewed it. I just couldn't really get into this game. Now, it could have just been bad timing, which a lot of games that happens where I play them at a bad time in my life, and they could be that. It could be that I just don't like the style of this game. My biggest drawback from this game is I didn't really like fighting the enemies in this game. Like, they didn't feel like they were fun to battle, which is weird because, as you can see, I love the fights in Demon Souls and Dark Souls, and obviously Sekiro. In this game, I just didn't really like fighting the regular enemies in this game. The bosses were better; they were a lot of fun at times, but overall, yeah, the first one's memorable. But
fucking gave me anxiety. Like, I actually beat him the first try too. I didn't die, and I was like shot. Yeah, I was able to read his patterns like quickly, and when he transformed, I was able to read that as well. I was shocked I beat it the first try. Like, I was like, something clicked for me. Like, whenever I first started fighting him, I was actually using like the geometry in the environment to like fucking like negate attacks from him and block his attacks. And that fucking like evade that you have in the game just saves you in that role. I will say, I think Bloodborne's mobility, like, you can definitely see like they took a lot of influences for Sekiro from it.
That's what I was gonna say. It feels like the middle bridge between Dark Souls and Sekiro.
It's the best playing Souls board game.
Yeah,
I think in terms of just having the most options with the the morphing weapons and the guns and just the movement. I think there's definitely a lot more options when it comes to Bloodborne, to where you might not feel as frustrated. I personally like the look of like Bloodborne. I like that type of Victorian Gothic design.
yeah.
I like lichens and vampires. I don't think there's vampires in it, but it's got some scary shit in it, and I definitely enjoyed that for it. I think the reason I fell off is I think I got to a boss or something, and I was like, man, fuck this. I just don't want to do this right now. But I did enjoy what I played of Bloodborne. I still think I will say this, I think the character models look like shit. I think that the apparel looks awesome. Like the clothes that you can wear and everything.
Yeah.
I remember putting on that fucking, that they had on the cover art and the marketing. Got like that fucking Varnum, like,
You're like
hunter outfit
like
on, and then I had the red glasses, so I looked like fucking like Matt Murdock in Bloodborne.
You're like
really fucking cool.
A fucking demon slayer, gunslinging, cowboy looking motherfucker.
It's fun. Yeah. Like, it's definitely a fun game, and I am actually going to put it. I'm going to put it ahead of Demon Souls, but not ahead of Dark Souls 2.
So, like, in the middle of those two. Okay,
I think it belongs there, because I do want to eventually go back to it too and try it again to see if, like, because I played it definitely. I mean, this game came out in the time that I was going through a lot in my life.
Yeah. Same thing for me, which could be a good reason why I couldn't really get into. I was like, I don't want to play a frustrating game when I have frustrating life moments. So saying that though, I really tried to get into it, and I couldn't. So for now, I'm gonna have to put it in the C. I do think it's better than Dark Souls 3.
That's fair.
But I don't think it's as good as Dark Souls, the original, because I just had more fun with it from what I remember. So I have to put it in the C. Saying that, I think it's still a good game. As you can see, your list is
very well made.
Yeah, and our lists are pretty similar. The biggest thing you can see is even the lowest Souls game, like a legit Souls game like Dark Souls or Bloodborne, is in C up. So none of these games are bad. They're either good or great, which is fantastic for a series. Saying that, the knockoffs, not so much, or I shouldn't say knockoffs, but the games that were inspired.
We didn't even talk about Lords of the Fallen in the show.
Yeah, like those games would be straight up Fs for me. Like fucking bombs, like shit. Well, I didn't play Lord of the Fallen, but fucking Mortal Shell. garbage.
I paid $1.99 for Lord of the Fallen. It was like I think it was like summer or something a few years ago. It was a really
Did you
slow
want a
season
refund?
for gaming. No, I didn't get a refund.
You should have got a refund for that $2. You should have said, "Damn, I could have bought a pop."
I think I put like 3 hours into it, and I was like, "Yeah, this is not a good game." And I stopped playing. It just everything about it just felt boring. There was some aspects of combat I enjoyed, but like when I was playing, I'm like, yeah, I would rather play a Dark Souls game because they play.
That's
so
the
much
problem with these spin-offs. Is like I'd rather just play the legit games. They're better.
Well, they also have to like differentiate themselves like from Souls-like games, you know, to
But they don't
stand out. But they don't.
That's the problem.
In the case of like Mortal Shell, that shit is like almost straight up a fucking Dark Souls knockoff. The only difference is there's the only difference is there's no customization. It's like all your weapons and your armor and your look and everything is based off of these shells that you collect that you can change between. And whenever like your health goes down and you get hit, your last hit, like time slows down or some shit, and you're like this fucking husk naked motherfucker, and you got to run back to your shell and jump in it. And if you get killed, you're fucked. Like,
well, fuck all that. The gameplay itself is fucking garbage. Like it feels old. Like I get hit and I feel like, what the fuck? Where's the hit detection? Where are you? Like it's not there.
The hit detection in that game sucks. It's really
awful.
bad.
Dude, I was playing this sitting there like, why did I download this fucking game? I shouldn't even get the bandwidth off my shit for this. But anyway.
It has no direction when you start it. It's just there's like no one talks to you.
Here's the swamp.
You're just naked. You're this naked like fucking husk motherfucker, and like you spawn in this body of water and you go through this gate and then like you see some shit and you find this husk and you get it and like there you go. And the most direction they give you is some camera pan of like, go here. There's someone over here.
You see the light? There's 6 enemies. Oh wait, they hit you from fucking a mile away. You didn't see that fucking invisible. Fuck that game. Anyway.
Yeah, the range attacks in the game suck.
So this is all before Elden Ring. Now Elden Ring looks like probably the biggest. I think this one's like completely open world. That's what it looks like.
It is. It's the most open world one they've done.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not like super excited. I think it still has like kind of the little bit of a sluggish feel that I see in like Demon Souls and stuff. But I could be wrong. When I play it, I could think it's fantastic. I am going to play it. Yeah, I saw the new gameplay with the dragon and stuff.
There's a lot more aerial options similar to Sekiro. Say like, you know what I think it is? I think it's a good mix between like Sekiro and Demon Souls from what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I could be wrong. I'm just saying the trailers I see. I haven't watched a lot because nowadays I try not to watch a lot of trailers. Like I've only seen one trailer of Horizon. I've only seen one trailer of one and a half of Elden Ring. I really like to just be surprised when I play. Saying that, I think right now, unless Elden Ring really just blows me away, which it could, Sekiro is my favorite Souls title, or Souls-like title.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I'm definitely a little more excited for Elden Ring than you, just because I've seen more footage of it, and the core gameplay and combat loop of it. It looks like everything I've wanted from like the Souls franchise. Like discounting Sekiro, because I feel like Sekiro doesn't have the same gameplay of like a Demon Souls or Dark Souls games or even Bloodborne. So I kind of
it has like the same blueprint, but the gameplay is more.
But I mean, like you said,
Tenchu.
like it's like Tenchu more. So that's why I kind of separate it from that, because Sekiro is much more of a mobile game than like Dark Souls or Demon Souls. I feel like Elden Ring, they've definitely like found a balance to where you are. I mean, you got fucking mounts now. I mean, you got mounts and you can like jump off those mounts and like do jumping attacks and aerial attacks just like Sekiro. And what's also really cool, and it's like, dude, some of the magic I've seen in that game looks fucking amazing. Like, I was watching one of the videos when they were doing co-op. That's another reason I'm excited for this. Is like we're gonna be able to play this in co-op, and it's gonna be much easier. And it's
games are co-op.
But this is gonna be like much easier to do. Like with the Demon Souls remake, it was much easier. But like in the old Dark Souls games, dude, like trying to fucking play with your friend in co-op, it was like, it fucking sucked.
Well, you could only face the bosses together. That was pretty much it.
No, you could go through the world, and in Dark Souls in co-op, like I think in 3. They didn't have that. I think in 2 and 1. I think.
Okay, because I
Awesome.
remember teaming up with friends for like the bosses, but then they would dip, like they just leave automatically after.
Yeah, and in
But
Elden Ring, they've definitely added more options with the
so
co-op.
it's all co-op.
I don't know if it's like the whole. To my understanding, it seems like it's more streamlined. It seems like they've become a little bit more lenient on it. It
Maybe
doesn't
like
look as
Monster Hunter.
restrictive.
Like
I think so.
A
Maybe
vitamin
something.
into a section.
I think it could be like something similar to that. Yeah, like Monster Hunter. But I'm really excited for it. Like I was saying, I saw like one magic attack where like this fucking like woman that this guy was playing with, she just summons a straight fucking dragon head that breathes fire like in front of her. I'm like, this looks sick.
I do that
like,
every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna pre-order it. Like I'm really psyched for Elden Ring. I don't know if you read recently. I think it was like the art designer like Miyazaki came out and said like the creatures that George R.R. Martin like wrote for this are not what he envisioned at all. He said when he wrote them as more like as humans. That he said we just basically took his writing and ran with it and formed them into these grotesque humans or beasts. And I think that's awesome because I think combining those two influences, like as much as George R.R. Martin sucks, he has some good writing, as you know.
Sucks.
I mean, sucks just in terms of like the way he's proceeded with Game of Thrones and just
like
the way he's handled
fucking books.
Yeah,
yeah.
And not just that, I think you've told me too. Like, isn't like a song of Ice and Fire like the best one?
Well,
they just kind of go downhill.
He's definitely because Game of Thrones is actually A Song of Ice and Fire is the series, and Game of Thrones is only the first book. I'm sorry,
Game of Thrones, but I think I remember you telling me like after Game of Thrones they're not.
No, it's good. The last book wasn't that great, but and then again that was 12 years ago because he still hasn't finished the fucking series. But
well, now we know it's obvious he doesn't give a shit anymore because he'd rather write.
Yeah, he makes more money. He said it. He makes a lot more money doing games or movies. I mean, he just makes more money. You can't blame a guy. He's like 70 years old. He's 350 pounds. He's gonna want to live his life to the fullest and make that money. I don't blame the dude. But yeah, I'm excited for Elden Ring. If it's anything like Sekiro, or hell, if it's anything like Dark Souls 2, if it's the combination of those two together, I think we're looking at another fucking S tier game.
I think so too. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see it.
So this is our ranking. Guys, I would love to see your ranking. Like I said earlier, I think the best part about these games is that we're probably going to see a lot of difference in like the top tier, but I think everybody here can agree that the actual Souls games, there's no real bad one, right? Or if you think there's a horrible one, let me know which one you think is horrible. So you guys have a great day. Pikachu's ass is saying goodbye. I don't know why. And
he's twerking.
All right, we're gonna stop that there because this can get us taken down on YouTube for Pikachu.
Pikachu's popping that pussy.